Jolan Troon, welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy and welcome to another episode in our A to Z Officers series. But before I talk about the next rare officer today, I just want to say, usually you find a pinned comment under my videos, and there you can find information on subscribing, on commenting, on how to support my work, but also how to access the Discord server I set up with some data collections and stuff like that. So just have a look. But now let's have a look at Navi. As I said, she's a rare officer. She's from class Science, which means you need science badges to upgrade her. She's from Khan's crew. That means if she's captain, she can get synergy from others of that crew, or she can give synergy to a captain of that crew if she's on the bridge. And she's from the faction Augments. That means you need independent credits to upgrade her. And if you want to know a little bit more about Navi, as usual, there's an info text about this officer in the info box. As you already could hear, she does have a captain maneuver, and that's drastic measures. And that means that at the start of each round, if the ship has a hull breach, Navi increases the critical hit damage bonus by 20% for this round. So it's another ability with a prerequisite. So if you make her captain, you need something that causes hull breaches. The critical hit damage increase of 20% is quite nice though. And her officer ability is Guardian Angel. And once again, at the start of each round, if the ship has a hull breach, Navi increases the armor, shield deflection and dodge of the ship by 140% for this round. So once again, for both abilities, she does need someone else who can cause a hull breach. And that is what you have to think about when you combine her with other officers. There are several hull breach officers out there nowadays, and they're getting more and more. Even B'Elanna Torres is a hull breach officer. So you definitely will find one if you want to use Navi. Because the nice thing is that at the start of each round, not after a round or whatever, so at the start of the round already, if the ship has hull breach, that gets triggered. Then, as a rare officer, of course, she does have two abilities for away team assignments, and you see that I fully upgraded her because that's what I'm using Navi for nowadays. I never really used her, but now I'm using her a lot for away team assignments, and she can have augment and reliable, and both I'm using regularly. Just not right now because there's not a fitting away team, but I send her out very often, so it's not that I'm not using her. Of course, you also want to know how to find her, and that's quite easy because for me to do that in the videos now, because as I mentioned before, I'm working on overview charts for all the officers and where to get them, where you can source them, and it really helps me make those videos as well. But as soon as 3 events, the Crucible of War next time, the Mega Cube event and Incursion are over, I will publish them because I want to include them, because the last times they showed up, they always had the same officers, so I want to include them into those charts. But Navi we find once in the Ultra Recruit section. It's a bit crowded, so there's a lot of officers in here, so it's not the easiest place to source a certain officer, but she is indeed in here, and you see that I got a lot of shards of her, but not necessarily from this source, because there's another. But for this we have to leave the whole recruit section and have to go to the factions, and in this case then to the Augment faction. And here we have 2 recruits. We have the Augment recruit and the Awoken Augment recruit, and that's where we have to go. And here Navi is part of it. And you see that I obviously got a lot of Navi shards when I did the exchanges here. They are all maxed now, so I will not get any more of those. But it's a source for transporter patterns now. No, they're not all maxed, are they? Or is Navi? Oh yes, they're all maxed. but it's a nice source for transporter patterns. But those are the two ways to get Navi. Sometimes, I'm getting a bit astray in my videos on topics, and I will do that for a second in this one as well, because it's something very current. The Kirschara is still a topic, and you probably have seen the information that we now can turn off the Kirschara. So that thing is still messing everything up and absolutely not working as the way they promised when they sold it. And now they programmed a way to turn it off, but they still haven't programmed it to work properly. So that's a little bit of a joke, and they're still refusing to refund this thing, even if you can turn it off. So that is something I had to mention again, because that is something I'm not very happy with in this game. I like this game, I played for a long time, otherwise I wouldn't make these videos, and otherwise I wouldn't still be playing, but this Kirschara thing is really ridiculous. When they themselves feel the need to program a turn off button, then they should just delete that thing until it's working and refund the people. Nevertheless, it's the Navi video, but I wanted to mention that because it came in new. But if you want to say something about Navi, how you are using her, because as you heard, I usually only use her for away teams, then please let my other viewers know in the comments. But also, if you have some questions in general or video requests, you know that I regularly read the comments. And if you want to see another video right now, the next one is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.